If you take it up the ass, you're gay, period. There's actually straight men out there that like to get pegged and like to get their ass eaten, and they say they're not gay. To me, that's gay. The gay scene here in Dallas, to me, is a little bit different compared to other places. You have to look a certain way to fit in. Gay Twitter, most of the actors are straight.
All right, welcome back to another episode of Exotic Talk. This is episode 22. You're probably wondering who we got right here. Hi. I want to give a quick shout out though to that shirt right there, bro. Do you mind showing us?
Oh yeah, you gotta show it to him.
Protect the dolls.
Protect the dolls.
It's for our transgender community. Ooh. For our transgender women, to be exact.
Okay.
We love them. We love them.
But the transgender woman is the woman turning
the man
into a guy, or the man
that
turning
into a woman.
The man that turns into a woman.
So
what about the other ones?
That is a man who transitioned into a hold on, bitch. What the hell?
So this is man to
a man that transitioned into a woman is a transgender woman, which is a doll.
Okay.
A woman that transitioned into a man is a transgender man. Which is and I don't know what they use. I honestly don't know.
Oh no, they have a different.
I don't know the name for that they use. If they use this, I'm sorry. I apologize.
You know what? Let's get into it, bro. What? Like,
okay. So let's just
what's up, bro? You just gonna cut me off?
Yes, I am. This right here, for those who don't know, this is my boy Efrain. Give him a quick round of applause.
Man. Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We said we were gonna let him. What's your name?
My name is Efrain. Of course, it's been a while. I've actually been asking him for a fat minute. So
yeah, he's the one that's been asking to be on the pod. The main reason is because we want to dive deep into a little bit of a deeper topic. We're about to head into Pride Month very soon.
We really are. June. Period.
Damn.
So happy Pride Month, bitches.
Pride Month is what? June?
June.
The whole month of June. Yeah, so I will be accepting gifts from every single one of you.
Wait, hold on. June? Isn't that Juneteenth?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
It's that same month, but Pride Month is the whole month.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Can I help you?
How come y'all got a whole month?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Like, what's up with that?
We only got his birthday.
Because we're bad bitches like that.
Oh really?
Is there a problem? No. I honestly don't know. I just came out 4 years ago, so I really don't know much about it. I just know that Pride Month is the whole month. And it's fun. Trixie Mattel is coming out to Arlington.
Okay.
Amazing drag queen. I love you, Trixie. I love you so much.
Okay.
Look, hold on, bro. Are we done with the intro? Because I'm ready to go in. Let me ask you this, bro. Why is there so many, I guess, different titles in the LGBTQ
for real.
community?
It's all gay.
There. It's just, it gets confusing at a point, bro.
You mean with like the letters? Like
can you run us
Yes. Yeah.
I want you to just go each letter. Like, what does the LGBTQ stand for?
I'll tell you guys this. I know most of the words in the thing. Because there's a plus
letters. Sign, bro.
Yeah.
They're like 55 letters.
The plus means the rest of the community. I'm pretty sure if I'm wrong, I'm sorry, guys. But the L stands for lesbian. The G stands for gay. The B stands for bisexual.
Right. Mm-hmm.
The T stands for transgender. LGBTQ
is
queer. And then
the plus
is for the rest of the
who's the rest?
Queer community.
So what's the difference between queer and gay or lesbian?
I honestly don't know.
You're just gay.
I just say gay. But if I'm wrong, guys, please correct me. Please do not hate me.
It's all gay, dude.
Oh, you're good.
The community better go after you, bro.
But I feel like if you like your same sex,
you're just gay.
I guess. But if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. Don't hate me.
So then what's a queer?
He doesn't know.
I guess it's like I'm queer, like I'm part of the community, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
But like,
I'm queer, I'm gay.
So to me, when you're, it just I don't understand because like, so are you queer? Will you go?
I'm gay, bitch.
I know you are, but like when you're queer, like you're still gay at the end of the day. Like what the fuck? You're still gay.
I mean, look,
if you take it up the ass, you're gay. Period.
Oh,
you're a gay man.
Yeah, I think like
is it more gay when you take it or you give it?
It doesn't really matter. If you like man, you like men.
But let's start there.
Oh, question.
No, hold on.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Look. I feel like he has a lot of questions.
Yeah.
But
You've talked to me about this before. You know, and I think it adds a little bit of a layer to that question of, you know, is it more gay to take it or to give it, right? But I'm not going to focus on that. I'm focusing more. Can you explain the difference between a bottom and a top?
So a bottom is a man who gets it, and a top is who gives it.
But is it just when it comes to, in terms of like the room, you know, in the bedroom, or is it more from a personality aspect?
No.
Because I've talked to you before, and it's been conversations to where, oh, in this relationship, I was the man, and in this relationship, I was...
Not really. It doesn't work like that. To me, if it doesn't matter if you are a bottom or a top, it just runs the way it runs. It's like a regular relationship. Like you with your girlfriend, like it runs the same way like that. Because for example, because there's actually straight men out there that like to get pegged and like to get their ass eaten, and they say they're not gay. To me, that's gay.
It is.
But I think it is true,
they're married with women. Yep. So I'm sorry if I offended you, but that's gay to me.
Yeah, keep going.
No, I agree.
But yeah, like I don't consider that making you less of a man or anything.
What?
So if you're a bottom or a top, it doesn't like make you any less of a man. Like you are still the same type of man. You can still run the same relationship.
Well, let me expand.
It's equal, basically.
Let me expand like this then, because we're so used to the questions that we discuss when it comes to relationship responsibilities and what is a man supposed to do for a woman and what a woman is supposed to do for a man. So how do you have those conversations when it comes to meeting new guys? Like, is it to where, oh no, this is what you're going to be doing? Or do you just kind of match the energy that they're bringing off?
Well, personally, this is my point of view, because this is what I believe in. This is what I've dealt with in my past relationships, the two relationships I've ever been in. It's always been the same. It's always been like equal. Like we split bills. Obviously, I was never living with him, but every time we would go out, like we wouldn't split the bill. Like I would pay for it one day, he would pay for it the next time. I never lived with a man, so I didn't really like get to experience like splitting bills or anything. But if I were to get married or like to get into a serious relationship with a guy, I would want to split the bills just because, you know, bitch, one, this economy is expensive as fuck.
No, of course.
And then two, like, bitch, we are doing the same thing. So like,
so does it ever get to a point to where like, because we're talking about two gay men, but yet y'all are both have those masculine characteristics.
I'm freezing, bitch. Sorry, what?
No, you good. So we're talking about two gay men, right? And let's say they're both having those masculine tendencies, like characteristics. Like, does it ever get to a point to where like, nah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna be more masculine, because there's always like that relationship of, oh, there's the feminine part and then there's the masculine part.
Well, me,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm a very versatile man, you can say, because I don't consider myself very masculine and I don't consider myself feminine. But I don't know. It just depends on the relationship. Like I said, I like to show my feminine side and I like to show my masculine side as well. But like, it just depends on the person and the relationship.
Bro, you know what's crazy though? There's a lot of straight dudes, and I'm pretty sure we all know a couple that are more that are straight, right? And they got wives, they got kids, whatever.
And they're more gay.
But they show that like they show feminine like
that's a very cisgender man, and that's a man that likes to take care of themselves.
Okay, so let's pause right there.
For example, your uncle. I'm not gonna say who, but
yo, shout out the uncle.
Okay,
he's a very clean man, and I've always loved that about him.
But when does it get to that point?
Exactly, that was my next question. Like because we can always set the line, but we're just guys, bro. Like we don't have a say in that. Because I feel like as men, we want to be as masculine as ever, but it's like that's just not how the way the world works.
It doesn't really work.
So exactly, because now personal care is so much more important and it's more relevant to the industry and just the generation that we're in. So for you, what would be something that a straight man? Okay, so hear me out. What is something that a straight man would do that would tell you, okay, this guy's not just straight?
If he got his ass ate by his woman.
Obviously, that's more personal. That's
I'm talking more like in the personal care, you know?
Like hygiene, bro.
Like what do you think about like the painting nails, you know? Or what do you think about like obviously to you it's nothing, right?
Let me ask you this, bro. No,
Bitch,
hold
what
on,
the
bro.
fuck? That's
Hold on,
no,
let-
that's being clean.
if
If you get a manicure, that's being clean.
I'ma
If you
I'ma
get a
tell you some
manicure
real
and
shit.
shit,
Oh, go ahead.
that's low key feminine bullshit, and that's like
No,
gay.
that's being taking care of yourself.
So like, when does it get to that point, bro? To where like, oh, you know what? No, that's looking a little sus now. Because I've talked to a couple girls, bro, and they would tell you like, oh, like if guys are too clean or too hygienic, then that gives me a.
If a man
You know what I'm
were
saying?
to start wearing like makeup to like cover their wrinkles, that's like
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
They've
makeup.
crossed over.
yeah, for
Makeup,
sure.
yeah.
To me, that's like
Makeup, yeah.
because there's men that wear makeup on TV.
Yeah.
And that's different.
Everyone.
But that's TV
Right,
makeup.
right.
And it's different to like a makeup that you wear on the daily.
On a daily, yeah.
For example, like, yeah, I wouldn't.
Yeah, what about the people,
Wear
the
makeup
actors and stuff? They all
daily
have
like
they
that,
all
bro.
have freaking makeup and stuff. Or do you think most of them are gay?
I mean,
The
Diddy.
actors.
I don't.
Diddy be on that shit.
Because they half of them,
Oh,
half
Diddy,
of them would
yeah.
do it for
Wait,
like
honestly, hold on. Let me respond back to your question because actors do wear makeup a lot to cover their
A lot.
wrinkles, but a lot actually do other things like plastic surgery, Botox. So you actually never know. But personally, bitch, if you're like doing like eye makeup and like lip gloss and like
cover up the eye.
making your lips bigger as a man, that's a little bit sus.
Are you
I would
able
be
to
a
catch
little-
when someone is gay?
Yes, I am.
Bro, let me tell you something. Shout out to Oakland. I guess that's like no. Is that
Sorry.
like the city? Like
I had my days in Oakland.
Okay, question.
I will forever have Oakland will forever have a place in my heart, but I don't think to continue partying there is something I would do.
Why?
Because
Get him.
no, bitch, like
Bro, that's-
it's not my cup of tea.
It's
But
good.
one, I love the gay scene. I love it whenever I go to like different states. For
Chicago,
example,
you
I
talking about-
love going to Chicago and I love going to the gay bars. I love Roscoe's. Shout out to you guys. But the gay scene here in Dallas to me is a little bit different compared to other places. Like you have to look a certain way to fit in.
talk about it, bro.
And-
Expand on that. Expand on that.
That's what I've realized. And I don't know if I'm wrong, bitch. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. But that's what I've realized living here in the past 24 years of my life. And whenever I started going to the club, like all I would see would be toned, like buff men together, like, and men my size or like bigger men that were gay. Like, yeah, they would get attention, but it wouldn't be like the fine ass man that you see.
You
Well,
know
the
what I
reason
mean?
why I brought up
And not only
Oakland-
that, like Oakland is like, I smoke weed, hella weed. I love smoking. But that's the only drug I would ever do. I would never do any type of shit like that, like coke or anything. And the things I saw at Oakland in the restrooms is not my cup of tea.
Damn,
I mean, I think,
bro, it's
but that's
cooking
everywhere,
there.
bro.
What were they
You don't
doing?
think so?
Let me ask you, what were they doing?
I don't do coke, and I be seeing like the amount of like people that like get into hard drugs. Sadly,
That- in that-
it's, like,
in that
it's-
area,
in
bro.
that area, it's like
That's
it's
crazy. You know why?
disgusting.
Because you're saying gay. Okay, you're saying
Not even gay. It's like
no,
in general.
you say Oakland.
In general, bitch.
No, but-
it's
but-
not Oakland.
who's the-
Oakland's not like a drug addict place or anything.
But if we
But you be seeing like
you just say you went to the
people
restroom though.
smoke coke, and I don't do that shit. Like, to
Did
me,
you go to
if
the restroom and you saw it?
Of course, I had to pee whenever I'm drunk.
But still, think about it. Think about it. Because coke means limp dick. Your dick goes numb, bro.
That
so
is
what the
really
fuck?
the fuck
So
that-
what the fuck? That's
Okay,
weird.
bro.
So
But
this case,
coke makes
no, in
you-
this case, that means you're going.
I don't
without-
think he's talking from like a
I'm not
sexual
talking about a
standpoint.
sexual way. That's why you
No.
have poppers.
I'm just saying in general, like I'm saying, like, dang, y'all are crazy for doing that and having limp dick at the end of the day, bro.
Bro,
I think they're doing it, bro, because like,
It makes you party hard.
yeah, that's all it
Bro,
is.
And I
Dude.
mean, I wouldn't like.
Oh, dragon t-shirt.
I would never. I would never do cocaine. I don't like being around people that do stuff like that. It's just
Okay.
like.
I'm sorry to interrupt, bro. Like we got
So
off
that's why I
topic.
don't go to
I
Oakland.
wanted to go back to Oakland, bro. Right? Because that's like I guess
The
the
hub.
like the headquarters, the HQ in Dallas for
I
that
guess.
community, right?
I mean, don't get me wrong. Oakland has its days. I love Havana. Havana is like they have the amazing drag queens.
Right. What's a drag queen?
A drag queen is a man that impersonates a woman, and they're amazing artists. You guys should definitely go to a drag brunch.
Oh, those
once.
the ones with like full on makeup and
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, I'm so
But
excited.
they're not trans.
No,
They just dress up.
There is transgender women who are drag queens, actually, but they were drag queens before they became a woman. So.
Oh, okay.
And once I guess like, because a lot of people use drag to like open up who they are, I guess. And if I'm wrong, because like I said, I don't know much about like all of the shit I know is because of Drag Race, RuPaul's Drag Race. Like that's one of my favorite shows. And ever since I found out about it, like that's the things I've been finding out about a drag queen. Like a drag queen is a man who impersonates a woman, and you don't have to be a woman to do drag.
Well, so I know a couple guys, actually, like straight guys, that they buy tickets to go see drag shows.
Talking about straight guys that do that go see drag shows, there's actually a drag queen who's straight, Maddie Morphosis.
So that was my question. So are there like drag queens that are straight?
Maddie Morphosis, she was on Drag Race season 14.
Wait, hold on. Wait, there's straight guys that
do drag.
What
the fuck, bro?
And that's like you opening up your feminine side. I don't think if you do drag, that's different. Art to me is art.
The drag races? Yellow belly?
Drag to me is art. Sorry. Drag to me is art.
Okay.
I don't think you are you're just impersonating someone. It's not who you really are. Like, for example, if I were to do drag, that wouldn't be my person. Like, I would do it. Yeah, I wouldn't be Efrain. Like, I would have my different name. That's a character to me.
Ooh.
Is it like those people that dress up as like animals or some shit?
What are you talking about, bitch?
Like,
you mean pups?
Pups?
Shit, don't pay me.
It's because you brought up characters.
Is that what you talking about for real?
Furries?
Furries.
Fucking
furries.
furries.
Furries, bro. Is it like furries?
The black book kids.
I honestly
They're
don't
just
know
in
a lot
character.
about that community. But I'm looking interested. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Perra.
But look, the reason why I brought up Oakland again, bro, is because I had an experience and I went there once without knowing, right? And I got a couple
without
cousins.
knowing that it was gay?
Well, I didn't know I was going to Oakland,
He knew what it
But I
was, but he didn't
pulled
know
up.
it was pulling up there.
right? Not knowing it was Oakland.
Yeah.
But the rainbows are everywhere.
Obviously, once I arrived
Oh,
there.
okay.
But I was with my cousins, right?
Oh, okay.
And anyways, bro, my gaydar was a little confused because there's a lot of dudes. There's a lot of dudes that look straight and they look like regular ass dudes. They look like dudes that I would see at the gym and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or
There's a lot.
like us normal, right? Straight guys. And bro, the shit that I saw was it blew my mind, dog.
Yeah,
But-
I mean, there's a lot of, I'm telling you, like those men, they just work out and they, bitch, if you talk to them, they're probably like the gayest men you'll ever meet. You just have to get to know them.
No, I believe that. But my question
like I
was,
said, you have to look a certain way. Because the amount of times I was like looked a certain way whenever I was with my friends and like talking to, because my friends, the girls that I hang out with, bitch, they're hot as fuck. Like all my girlies, they're fine as fuck. But every time I would hang out with them, like they would come up to them and be like, oh my God, you're hot as fuck, like this and that. But in a gay way. And like I would be there and I wouldn't feel like a good vibe or a good energy.
Oh,
so I would just be like,
wait, what?
because like I don't know, like it's just like I guess you have to look a certain way, and it's just like I don't know if, like I said, I don't know if I'm wrong or it's something in my head, but that's just something I've seen. There is men that are toned and like have six packs that have come up to me and like talked and like, have been really nice, but it's a very fucking
Well,
rare.
let me tell you, I think I have a prediction, bro. Like for real.
Prediction.
And I don't feel like it's only
Yes.
in the gay community. I feel like it's in general.
It's
Like,
just competition.
I
bro.
feel like it's in like being with a straight person. Like you don't see a lot of big people with skinny guys or skinny girls with big guys.
Mhm.
And like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, hear me out. Look, this is what I'm trying to get to. Because you brought up a good point, right? Guys that look super straight.
the gaydar, bro.
Yeah, but you know,
Shit tough.
they look super straight, but they end up being gay. And my prediction is most of the time, or some majority of these guys, I feel like they have to keep up this persona, and sometimes they don't even come out the closet.
Mm.
You know, because they're probably in higher level positions. You know, that could be one.
That
And
is
if they were to
true.
find out that he was gay, like they'll lose respect. So a lot of things like that can happen.
Being gay sucks right now, bitch.
Why you say that?
Well, ask your president. He took our. Well, he's
Ooh.
trying to take our rights away.
How much do you know about that?
Well, I don't fuck with him, so I don't keep up with him. But
like more on the political side, I guess.
I just know that, for example, it's very hard to like find PrEP, like the HIV. Like, for example, there's a HIV epidemic going on right now. I don't know if you guys know, but there's a lot of people catching the virus. And it's not only gay people, it's like straights, women, everyone. And it's very hard for people to find medication or get that medication prescribed by their doctor because the president took it down from the FDA type shit. Or, like the medication is very hard to find. I luckily have it because I use this, ¿cómo se dice? Company called Mister.
Wait, what is this?
You guys should definitely check it out. It's free PrEP and Doxy PrEP.
So on the topic of HIV, Eric didn't know too much about that was the thing, bro. I know it's a little bit of a surprise. So that's where you can kind of see our level of understanding. Like there's a lot of questions that are popping into our head right now. Not for me, because like I talk to you all the time, you know? So I know a lot of the stigmas. I know a lot of the ways things work. And it's to a point where it's just grown on me, right? But to them, it's like they still want to learn more. So do you have something specific that you want to?
I do. So like when you told me about the HIV thing, bro, I was like, I mean, I've heard of HIV, I've heard of STDs and stuff, growing up. Everybody always speaks of it, but like we really don't put so much.
Talk about it.
Yeah, talk about it. So in this case, whenever you're bringing it up, I was like, what the fuck? Like, so the HIV rate in the gay community is higher?
It's not even higher in the gay community. It's higher with people of color. It's higher. It's very high in the people of color. It's not only high with gay people. I was wrong. That's what I thought too growing up, because that's what I was told. But HIV is very known in people of color, and it's straight people, gay people, anyone. Like, you can catch HIV if you're gay, if you're straight, no matter what you like.
But it's just at a higher risk because of,
It's not even at a higher risk. If you're a whore, you're a whore.
Question.
No, but then but hold on. Okay. Then you're confusing me. Because now it's like,
if you're a whore, you're a whore. What do you mean by that?
Look, this is
fucking around with anyone.
I know you can
raw.
I know some of y'all can vouch for this, but I used to donate blood. And one of the questions they would ask you was, are you straight, bi, whatever? And so after that question, the question always was, have you had
any sexual contact with a man?
Yes, with a man.
And you cannot donate blood. And that's something I've always questioned, because why is it that you can't have sex with a man and donate blood the next day?
I mean, there's got to be a reason, though, right?
I've never gotten a response. So if there's anyone out there that can give me a response, please motherfucking let me know.
If I'm gonna be honest, bro, I think there is a higher chance or higher risk. I'm sorry. Especially since I work in the medical field, I see it more on gay men. Yeah.
And you're probably right. And you're probably
Do you think it's because they're not protecting themselves?
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can get HIV.
I mean, honestly, anybody could get that shit, like you said.
One thing
bro.
I'm going to tell you guys, and I know you can tell me if you can correct me if I'm wrong. You cannot get HIV if you drink out of the same cup from someone. You cannot get HIV if you touch someone. You cannot get HIV if you kiss someone. You only kiss them on the cheek, obviously. You can get HIV if you pass saliva, blood, or having sexual intercourse.
DNA. Yeah.
That's the only way. But you can, and there's also a thing called HIV undetectable, which is something you don't transmit. You can live a very happy, long life with a person that has HIV undetectable because they're taking their medication. They cannot transmit the disease. And for example, I was talking to a person that was HIV undetectable, and I knew that he was not able to pass the disease. I never had any sexual intercourse with him because I never got to that point. But
did you want to?
Did I want to? Yeah.
Does that?
Of course, you want to.
That doesn't scare you.
But
though?
We were always busy. No, because I'm on PrEP, and he was also on his medication. He showed me everything.
Oh, that's why you on PrEP, because.
And it wasn't because of him only.
No, yeah, just in general. But like
just in general,
you would be more fearful if you weren't on it.
Exactly, because
you see that.
Question: have you ever had a scares?
No, I've never. Thanked the Lord Jesus Christ, and I pray to everyone and everything up there that I never catch anything. I have never had an STD, any type of.
Oh, but you never been scared like, oh shit.
No, I felt sick, like super, super sick. I thought like my back over here, they were like swollen for a minute, but everything came out.
Wait, back where?
Back my
My
stomach,
throat.
dog. What else?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Gargle it.
I'm gonna take it a layer deep, okay? Because we come, people. Some of our audience knows about me whenever we talked about it in the Christmas episode. So
Wait, where are you taking this, bro?
Like
Where
that's
you
it.
taking
Like,
this?
Where are you taking this?
So
Bella?
we both come from the religious background of a cult.
Perra,
You know,
nos
so
van a
we both-
matar.
Yeah, we both grew up into that, right? And I think there was
And I was deep in that bitch too, ho.
Yeah. like
he wanted to surf for that motherfucker.
I literally wanted to go praise
Yeah.
that man.
so. Let's give some context.
Master.
Stop, perra. Te van a venir a...
No, so we got to add some context for the people that don't know and that maybe it's their first time watching, right? So just to summarize, me and my boy here, cousins, we were part of a religious cult growing up.
Called La Luz del Mundo.
Yeah, La Luz del Mundo, Light of the World. And it's very Pentecostal driven, very standardized.
Thank you.
I know they're being loud, right? We never actually talked about it, bro. Like as cousins.
That is
from
true.
A,
We've never had
from a deep
conversation,
standpoint.
yeah.
But my boy right here, he wanted to go serve the main leader of the church. It's kind of like
Yeah.
be a preacher.
Perra, cállate.
He wanted
No
it.
mames.
Like,
You
he wanted to be a preacher. He
That's
wanted
how
to
you do it
preach
right
the
now in
word of
prison.
God, and he wanted to represent the church. And so, even in those years, I got like signals that you could have not been. I don't know. But it
Bitch,
was
there's
never-
plenty of gay men in the obra.
I know. But hold on.
Plenty.
Okay, so now the question
So I
that
most definitely would have gone if it wasn't for the virus.
Oh, okay.
COVID.
So
yeah.
the question that I want to start this part off was, and if it gets too deep, just let me know. Being in the church and having all the different boundaries and judgment that came from it, how did you know, or did at any point when we were still in, did you want to come out the closet? Or was there always a fierce no because of the situation that we were in?
I was always scared to come out, bitch, because of everything that we were told. I remember whenever we would go to Guadalajara every August, there was a study for the jóvenes, and this guy was talking about being gay, and he said that homosexual men go to hell, or homosexual people go to hell, not even men. Homosexual people go to hell, and they do not have a place on heaven. Whenever I heard that when I was 14, not even 14, because I had gone to Guadalajara when I was 13, and I had heard that study for the very first time. I was just like, yeah, no, I need to become straight or assume that I'm straight or something, because supposedly I didn't receive the first time because I was doing gay ass shit.
Damn. Okay, so explain to the people that don't know. Similar to, and I talked to you about this before, right? But similar to any other church, the idea of a baptism and the idea of receiving the Holy Spirit, as it's written in the Bible, it's that's your key to salvation. And so in the church, at the age of 14, that's when you were allowed to get baptized and enter
Revivals
in what they call revivals, bro. So that was an opportunity to where it was a lockdown 2 hours, right?
Not even. It was
like a lockdown block
of
to where it's only people who are able to ask for it. So no
who are
kids.
baptized 14 and up.
Yeah, so that's how the church was set it up. So no kids were allowed. And at the same time, you were put in a position to where if you've never received the Holy Spirit by their signature, then you would be sent to the front and you would be asking God, just praying your balls out, literally,
get out of the fucking floor, knees shaking, unable to
figure
move,
it out,
type
right?
shit. It was weird. Yeah.
So that's crazy because they guilt tripped you into feeling
literally,
you didn't get it the first time because
I remember, bitch, the very first time I was just like, fuck, I probably didn't receive the Holy Spirit because I was gay. And then whenever I went to Saltillo, because our uncle was over there in Mexico, I went into the revivals, me and our cousin, and bitch, it was so weird. I remember telling God that I was like, hey man, I want to receive this thing so bad and I do not want to be gay anymore. Please take it away. I'll give my life to you. I'll go serve this man type of shit. I won't go to college. It was crazy shit. And bitch, I received it. Bitch, I'm gay as fuck. Shout out to you. Thank you.
Let me ask you this, bro. Are you religious right now?
I am. I believe in God, and I believe that God, that Jesus Christ died for our sins.
What religion are you?
I don't know. I don't believe in religion. I believe that God is real, and I believe that Jesus Christ is real.
So what do you say, I guess, for the people that, I'll try to word this, bro, like, that have that belief of if you're gay or if you're, whatever, if you're part of that community,
You're gonna
I
go to
guess you're
hell
not accepted, I would
in
say.
heaven.
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry if I'm wording it like that.
No, bitch, I don't care. Like, I know what you mean. Like, I know what you're trying to say.
Lo que dice la Biblia.
Does it make you? Do you feel like for certain people, and even if it is for yourself, do you feel like it pushes you away from wanting to get close to God? Or do you think it can cause a gay person to feel like...
Because I, as a gay man, pray every day and I feel God's presence all the time. Just because I'm gay and I like the same sex doesn't make me any less of a person. God made me this way for a reason. Like, I didn't choose to be this way because, bitch, the gay community goes through hella shit. You think I want to go through this shit every day?
That's exactly
You
my
think
point.
I want to go through this fucking shit every day? You think I want to be scared to death that I can catch HIV and get my medication taken away from me? You think I'm not scared to go to a club and get, taken to jail for being gay? Like, that shit was fucking real in the 1950s, the 1960s. That, like, if it wasn't until the 1960s where our lesbian queens did with what's called Pride now, like, they started a parade in New York City, if I'm not wrong. And that's when Pride started. That's when the whole LGBTQIA act started. So, yeah, like, I would never... I love being gay. I love being the person who I am. I don't regret who I am. But I would not choose to be this if I could, because of the challenges. Like, there's so much shit. Like, it's scary out there.
Damn,
especially for anyone in the LGBT community, especially our transgender people. Like, it's scary. Like, so many people are dying every day.
And I'm going to tell you something very vulnerable. I think, so I used to be, I think it comes with age. Like, I honestly do. Even when we first started and like you came out to us.
Shit, that was 4 years ago, bitch.
I know, right? But even though it was still 4 years ago, but I remember there were times where I feel like the questions that I would ask you, because of how I felt inside, they were very extreme. They were. Do you remember? Like,
yeah, you and Jason would ask me, "Are you gay?"
We would the questions,
like, straight up, "Are you gay?"
No, like, some of the questions that I would ask him was like, "So you actually like dudes?" Like, I could not comprehend it, but it came from a point where I would always question, "Nah, you're choosing to be this way." Like, people that do that, people that have that sort of idea, that's just lacking empathy. That's all it is.
It really is.
Because, and then as I started understanding more, look, and then I'm going to actually expand on this a lot. So
I don't mean to cut you off, but I want to say something before I forget. Like, for example, I have family members that say that just because I had a crush on this girl when I was part of the church makes me not gay. Like, I don't think that's where I was hiding who I was. I was never actually, like, in love with that person. I thought she was pretty because I admire beauty.
I want to get into that. Beauty. I want to get into that.
But, bitch, I never really loved her. I liked her, but I did not like her or love her.
Because, look, there's a lot of
she was cute or whatever. I'm going to go deep into this. Y'all say y'all want to go deep. I would never have any sex with a woman.
Ever.
Ever.
Do you see no intent in doing that ever in your life? What about having kids? None of that?
There's a thing called a surrogate. There's a thing called adoption. Thank you.
But you never want to, like, just at least
try it? No, thank you.
Oh, damn.
If you look like a woman, I will not have any sex with you. I'm sorry. Women are beautiful. Crazy. I admire beauty, but I would never have any sex with a woman. Bitch, I love titties. Don't get me wrong. I love me some good titties.
So you would?
Jiggle some titties in my face, but I do not like too, women.
Trust.
Like, sexually.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
But I would never, and I admire a nice ass, but I would never have sex with a woman.
Okay. That's crazy.
Bro, I have a question. This is for the people that don't know. I barely found out this was. What the fuck are poppers, dog?
I'm fucking dead.
What are poppers? Poppers. Poppers.
What are poppers?
Damn, you know how to spell them.
Damn.
What are poppers, bro? Because you've been speaking about them for the past couple of days.
They give you a rush. Some type of rush. It's like a drug. you can say, I guess. It's not FDA approved, but I love me some good poppers when I'm in bed, not in person. Because I've used them at a club before and they do make you feel good, but they get you horny. And as a gay man, I've only used them when I'm in bed and they get you hornier, they get you harder. They open your hole and it makes the top go a little bit deeper in your anus.
Have you ever heard what happens if a girl takes it?
In the hole?
No, they just take the popper. If she take the popper,
my friend said she was very horny. She actually took them a couple of days ago.
Damn.
And she was like, bitch, that should turn me the fuck
send me
on.
the link.
Perra, they sell them
So
at the
basically-
store. Sarah's Secret. And I'm just kidding.
It-
I'm
it's
just
ba-
kidding, bitch.
It's basically Viagra, then basically speaking.
No, it's not Viagra because if you take him I think if you take him more than 5 times, your pee goes down, bitch.
More than 5
what the-
times.
What?
That's
the
I don't.
poppers?
I've never done them more than 5 times, but my top, whenever I was in my bottom era, he did him a lot of times, and he was not able to. Finish.
Like
you had
5
a
times
top?
in your lifetime?
Like no, like in
Oh,
general.
like
bed.
all at once? Oh,
All
that's
at
a
once.
lot, bro.
Yeah, that's a lot because no.
Wait,
I'm
so
a
you
verse.
had a top and a bottom era?
I'm in my I'm a verse.
The hell is that?
Okay, hold on.
The hell
I
is that?
get it and I give it.
Oh,
you
shit.
lost me. So,
Okay.
you said in your top to, I guess, the previous person you had, they take them so many times, and they were like,
He took it a couple of times. Well, not my top, but
He's
it was
asking
just the
'cause he
person
wants-
I hooked up with. He
No.
took plenty of times and
it just went down.
it went down. He
And when-
wasn't able to finish.
Okay. Now, I think one of the biggest questions, and we were talking about this even before.
Se le fue el pipí.
I want to know, but
Don't try it.
when I ask this question, I'm looking for a specific like moment or sign, right? What made you take the decision that it was time for you to come out the closet?
When I left the church.
Damn.
Because I was living a lie, bitch. I was always scared to live my truth until I left the church when I was 19 because it was during the pandemic when I think it was, right? When you were living in Arlington.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's when you guys started talking to me about it. And I was just like, fuck. And then I started getting more deep into it. And yeah, I was just like,
Do you
fuck
think
that
if you
shit.
would have never left the church, you would have never came out?
Yeah, I would never hang out. I'll probably be with a girl right now.
What?
Getting engaged in the obra.
Mess.
Can I ask you something, bro? What would you tell the people out there? I guess
In the church.
some have no, not even in the church, bro.
In the
but
church, I don't have anything against the church.
what's good advice to tell people out there that are still, I would say, like in the closet?
Take
that
your
you
time
would
to come
give
out,
to them?
bitch.
Yeah.
I was sadly outed by someone, and we've already talked about it. But if it wasn't for that person, I probably wouldn't still have came out. I wanted to come out at a certain age, but I was outed by someone, and I had to come out.
Question: was that somebody like really, really close to you, or was it
Yes, I
just some
very
random
close to
person?
that person.
You were.
Yeah,
Okay.
but we fixed things. It's okay now. I don't hate them.
Well, for those people,
I
right?
grew
Because
up-
that's a good question. That's actually a good question. You know, there's a lot of people still on the fence that
But yeah,
they're not
back to your
close.
question. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Take your time. Don't pressure yourself because coming out, it's a lot. Not only for you, but for your family. Because if your family one is already homophobic, they're gonna take it a hell of a certain way. I remember when I came out to my mom, like it was the craziest thing ever. It took her a long time for her to accept me. And then whenever my dad found that I was gay, I wasn't talking to that man. And girl, he sent me a long ass paragraph saying how I was a faggot and shit. It was bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was
At what point did it get easier?
once I like came out to like the people I really cared about, it was a little bit more easier to be myself.
Who was the hardest person to come to understanding of you?
My mother, sometimes she do be saying her remarks, but it's like I know she means it in a funny way.
Can I ask you something, bro?
Yeah.
At what age did you know?
That I was gay
Yeah.
when I was like I was 8, I think.
How did you?
Okay. The reason why I asked
How
is
did I
because
know I was gay?
yeah, like yeah, exactly, bro.
I don't
'Cause-
remember this guy's last name, but I'll tell you guys the name. His name was Blake, and I used to go to school in Fort Worth. He was very cute. He was this white guy. He had pretty eyes. And you remember that Justin Bieber hairstyle?
Oh yeah,
Bro, I was obsessed with men like that, or like
boys.
boys like that in my age. And he was so cute.
So that was like.
Let me
Oh,
tell
shit.
you, perra. I remember when I lived, and you're not gonna believe me, bitch, because you guys never fucking believe me. But I used to live in Mexico back in the day, and we used to have this pastor in the church. He had this daughter. Her name was Safir.
Bro,
Sorry, I'm
lives in
just
Oak
saying
Cliff.
names out there. I don't give a
Now you're
fuck.
good. She gonna
Her
find
name- Bitch, she don't speak Spanish, English. But anyways, her name was Safid, and I remember her and her sisters would go over to our house all the time, and we would play with each other.
What?
At what age?
I think we
Wait,
were
hold on,
like
bro. Is this,
5 or
are we,
something.
What do you
Is this okay? Like, to
Yeah,
talk
yeah.
about?
Yeah,
like,
we
it's
can tell.
deep, whatever.
This is all good.
What are you
I don't
doing
know,
with each other,
bro.
bro? What
Nah,
you-
bro,
it
we
was
going
it was
in,
the
like,
one
I'm-
time thing, and that was the first and last time we ever did anything. We were kids, and then after that, I never thought about anything about liking someone until I was in the 3rd, 4th grade.
Surprised we're gay. she
She probably turned me gay. I'm dead as fuck, bitch. But yeah, no, it was like weird.
She's scared of what is this?
And that was the first time I ever did anything with a vagina.
No,
But I never did anything like.
Hold on.
We did not have sex or anything.
No, hold on. Everything just clicked. So
You said what? The click?
you were kids? Like,
Yeah, we were like 5, bitch, and we were kissing.
Bro. oh, kids. Oh.
No, but we were like over here, like I was fingering her and she was playing with my penis. It was so fucking weird.
Yo.
It was so
Isn't
weird.
it crazy how that'll be the only like female action?
Literally, when I was
Something traumatic made him gay. There you go. There you go.
bitch, I've been gay ever since.
Bro,
Just
that
like-
shit turned them off. That shit was so bad.
It was so
No,
bad.
bro.
Damn, dude, you ain't even stroke her.
No, not even
Like,
that. Like
You
ever
didn't even
since,
hit that age to get a boner. Like,
No way.
I just don't find women attractive.
Wait,
like
but
you
that's
have
like-
to
bro,
look like
hold
a
on.
man
Bro,
to me.
yeah, let's
You
go
have
back.
to have male features for me to like.
It was
you.
that jawline.
Bro, here's the thing, bro. Efrain, here's the thing. Just to go back to what he said, bro, because it's hard for me to understand at such a young age. At such a young age that kids already know that, okay, I'm gay. At a young age.
Ooh.
Like, it's hard for me to understand. Like, how? Like, how, bro?
I honestly don't know how to explain that because as a kid, I would question that a lot. I was scared to ever tell anyone. I never told anyone when I was a kid. I just kept it to myself because I was scared of what people were gonna say.
Well, it's because the reason why I asked, bro, I'm trying to find like the root of it is because, like, let's say something, the experience that you had, right? So something like that. Is it because of something happened, or is it because like?
I don't know. I told my therapist this, and she said that was normal for a child because obviously we're kids and we're curious. Because I remember growing up, I don't know if you guys ever caught your parents having sexual intercourse,
Right.
but
Oh yeah, he talked about that once.
I caught them once, and as a kid, you're fucking curious. So I was just like,
What's
But
Man,
the
I
girl-
want to do that.
yeah, exactly.
I would never do
Bro,
that.
it's because kids nowadays, like this new generation, I would say, because they're introducing the, I guess, the history of the LGBTQ
Really?
yeah.
in the history books.
Really?
So they're like pushing it more and more
That's
into.
amazing. I love that.
Oh, question. What do you think about parents or just adults letting children change? Yeah.
That's a very
Ooh.
big topic, and
Ooh,
I do
it's-
not have children, so I can actually not touch that topic. But if I were to have children, I feel like anyone should let them dress however they want because at the end of the day, they're kids.
No. I understand dressing, but I'm talking about letting them transition, like take the medications already to transform over.
Medication to me is a drug, and you should never give a drug to a child.
Okay.
That's a good one. Surgery.
Hey, that's a good
Surgery.
answer. That's a really good answer.
Surgery.
Surgery, obviously, no, because that's more riskier. A child, if they were to get their boobs done, I know what you mean.
it's
Fucking risky and stupid to me. But if the child wants to transition and they want to do it without medication until they're old enough to take the medication, then go for it. Like, do whatever you want with your life.
What's your thoughts? This is gonna be a big topic, okay? Because you're not transgender either, but you do know, like, you have your own opinion. What's your opinion on transgenders, men transforming into women, playing in women's sports.
You heard about that, right? About
That's like the
sports.
biggest thing right now going on. Or for example, saying women transition over to men and they try to play in the sports and of course they can't compete.
See, I don't know, bitch. I don't play sports.
Well, no, just
But like, what's your opinion
on
on
a
that?
general
You think
standpoint,
they should like
because-
have their own category at this point, or you think at this point, no, they shouldn't play, or they should
No,
still?
because at the end of the day, you're still a female. You transitioned it to a female, and that's my point of view. You may not like my response, but you're a female, you're a man, and if you transition, you're gonna deal with the consequences. If you transition from a woman to a man, you're gonna deal with the consequences of getting probably hurt more. And if you play for the man that transitions into a woman, you're gonna have to deal with the consequences of what's coming. I don't know. That's just my opinion. Like
Okay.
I feel
So
like
you're
everyone
for it.
should be
So
able
you
to
have-
do
you-
whatever they
you have
want.
no problem.
No, I
They
don't
want
have
it,
a
they
problem
call
with
out,
it.
they call
Yeah,
out.
exactly. Because if you're a good athlete, you're gonna be a good athlete regardless, bitch.
Ooh.
If of your gender.
Well, let me enlighten you because I think this is where like we want to highlight the problem. I think the main reason that people are bringing this into discussion is because you have men that are becoming women, you know, and they're playing in women's sports, and naturally, just by science, the man has better capabilities. That's the main argument. Like that's really why people
I
are
get what you're
upset. So
saying.
you really don't see any problem with that. Like a biological man going in and
But they
you know
take
dominating
hormones.
every category.
But they take hormones too, no?
They do, but at the same point, you can't make a 400% switch. Like that's just
That
impossible.
is true. And that's something that, people believe. But I believe that if you transition to a woman, you're a woman. And if you transition to a man, you're a man, and you're allowed to play in whatever sport you want to.
Do you understand why people get mad?
I do, but
It is what it
that's
is.
their opinion. Like I have my opinion too.
No, yeah,
Everyone
of
has the
course.
right to have their opinions.
Of course. No, that's true. Because sometimes I think more in terms of like,
Because I know you would feel, for example, if you were to be in boxing and you didn't know that man was a trans man and you were to beat him and you never found out, you would feel some type of way. You would feel very happy that you won that fight. Because people don't ever come out unless they have to or unless they're outed. But nowadays, if you're a strong woman, even right now, like going with everything in politics, like even cis women, actual women that are natural born women, they're being like, como se dice, targeted just for looking a certain way. Like if you are strong, if you have muscle.
Yeah, if you're more
So,
muscular than usual.
For example, I don't know if you remember that lady last year at the Olympics. She got discriminated because she was a very strong person, but at the end, she was actually a woman
boxer?
from the beginning.
wait, hold on. No,
The
there was
boxer,
I remember that at the Olympics. Who was it?
She was too lean down, bro. She had an extra chromosome.
But she's a woman.
Oh, it was boxing, right?
Yeah. Was it boxing?
Yeah, it was like she's a man, bro.
She was not a man.
They said that she was a man, bro. She
was not a man.
She had
But what
she had
do you believe in people that have like, do you believe in people that are born with like both male and female parts? Because there's actually people like that.
There are people like that.
that was what he's talking about. That was a man like with a woman. They're both combined, a man with a
Oh,
woman.
that one?
That's what she was. She was basically like
Really?
she had something extra in her DNA that made her like
So
have
she
the
was
same
half.
sense of a man, basically.
But she
So in
was
this
a
case,
woman.
she was a woman though. She was a woman. No matter what, she was a woman.
Hold on.
But she just had the characteristics of a man
Exactly.
to where she was
So-
physically.
Wait, so what was
Is that
she
X,
fighting?
Y?
Yeah, was
and
she
a
fighting
Y,
in women's
right?
sport?
Yeah,
Female
X, Y,
sport.
and Y.
Yeah. So she's a
man.
woman.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I didn't.
According,
No, but I didn't know that she was like born a woman.
yeah,
Yeah.
but they basically said she's a woman, but scientifically proven she's a man.
Obviously, if you
That doesn't
have
make
an extra
sense.
chromosome, it's gonna come up that you're a man, but it's also the majority. You know,
I know,
like,
but you could see in
those
the
are
fa-
one-off scenarios.
in the fact of the whole body of the whole scientific, bro. You could see that she has more genetics of a man than she would as a woman.
Is that proven?
But you could see it. You could see she was just masculine.
No, not like on a
Or
physical.
it's all
level.
the chromosomes.
I'm talking about the
There's strong
chromosomes.
women,
Was there more
period.
women? There was more. Is
They said that she had
is
a
it Y?
chromosome.
Is
They
it
said-
Y for the woman?
They said she had an extra chromosome for men, basically.
For
So
a
it's
man.
an X,
Yeah.
Y, Y.
if you are a woman, you can play in women's sports. If you're a man, you can play in men's sports. No matter your gender.
He says he believes in the concept.
I believe
at the
it,
end.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like taking a wimp, like I don't know, like a wimpy ass kid that's like that has feminine characteristics. They classify themselves as a man though, and they're boxing.
So you mean like
You know
a
what I'm
straight
saying?
man that's femme?
Yeah, like a straight man
We
that's
have a
femme.
friend like that, or I don't know. He's not my
It's
friend
like
anymore.
it's
But
like
you have a friend like that.
it's like a femme that's very masculine.
We know a
Yeah.
couple of those.
You know what
we
I'm
know a
saying?
couple of those.
Bro, you know what? Let me ask this, bro. Are you a good like wingman or like
Are you
good?
a good wingman?
I am.
Like what's up?
Girl,
Like,
okay,
I heard
Look,
gay
I'm gonna
people
say
are like,
this, bro. Like, I think every friend group needs a gay man.
I love being a wingman. Bro, whenever before my friend found out boyfriend, I would literally be like, hey, are you single? Because my friend is like looking. I would become friends with them first.
With the man.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
wait,
Oh, you
wait.
would be the
how would you
wingman for the girl.
Yeah.
How would you approach a straight man to give your friend
Be like,
out
what's
to?
up, bro? Be like a little bit more straight than what I am now. Be like, what's up, bro? Type shit.
Just walk up to them like straight and be like, "What's
Yeah.
up, bro?"
But I would never do that at a gay bar. I would never go up to a gay man. A gay man has to go up to me.
All right, let's say you're
Oh.
vice versa. Let's say you're vice versa because he's the one that said every group should have a gay person.
I believe that.
So then, would you still be like a good wingman for like I guess in a
A
group
gay man?
of, huh?
Would I be a wingman for a gay man?
No. In a straight group.
Yeah, my girlfriend.
No, I'm talking about guys.
Oh, for guys. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, of
he's
course.
done
The girls,
both.
of course. I'm pretty good with the girls. Bit.
Oh,
Girl, I
really?
love the girls. The girls.
Yeah,
love
that
me.
makes sense.
Here with him. This is Joe. Here's with him.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
He's
Yeah,
gonna piece them out one by one.
No, but I gotta ask you,
I
bro.
literally compliment the girlies all the time,
No, yeah,
and
he's,
because
he's good.
I'm,
Of course.
I'm very friendly with the girls.
You know what? That's another question. But go ahead. I got another question.
Do you feel like there's? I mean, this might be
Ask
a
it,
dumb
bitch. Don't
question.
be scared.
Do you think there's gays that are undercover, bro? They're not actually gay.
DL
No.
DL.
That's all. I know what that is. That's a whole other term.
What's DL?
But like, do you
down
think
low.
like the down low is like guys that act straight,
They're
but down low
gay.
they're gay?
Yeah,
But they hate you.
I know
right
a
off.
few.
Yeah,
very
but down
much.
low
A
they're
few.
gay.
They're dangerous.
But I'm talking about, do you think there's guys that pose as gay and they're actually not gay?
Wait, what?
Do you think there's guys that pose as being gay, but they're actually not?
Homosexual,
Yeah.
but they've never done it before.
So yeah, of course, Twitter porn, like gay Twitter porn, like most of them, like a lot of the gay Twitter, most of the actors are straight.
What?
They're just
What?
making a bank, baby.
What?
To them,
Nah,
a hoe is a
fool.
hoe, but to me, that's gay as fuck.
Yeah.
You telling me fucking a dude?
No, hell
And
no.
they're straight.
Boy,
And
hell
they're
no.
straight.
That's what they say.
Bro, I'm gonna throw this camera away, bro. Hell no, that's some bullshit.
That's what they say. That's what they say. That's what they say.
You better go watch one.
No, but that's what they say, supposedly. But yeah, there's a lot of straight man that on Twitter
Yeah, you know, I
that have
actually thought-
OnlyFans that literally have sex with men just for a check.
What?
I've heard that, yeah.
Is this true?
Yeah, I don't watch gay porn though. It's boring.
No way. You watch straight porn?
I watch lesbian porn.
Oh, lesbian.
shit.
What? You
From
see,
time to time.
that's crazy work. Like,
It's because I love titties.
Holy shit.
But I would never have
You
sex
love
with a woman.
titties.
Look, this is a good question, bro.
But hold on. Wait, never mind. That's too deep.
No, bro. We're
too
right.
personal? Too
We can
personal?
take it somewhere, but okay, look. We know someone like this. I told you once maybe, but anyways. What do you think about those people that say that they're not attracted to either male or female? They're just
Asexual?
Are asexuals part of the community?
I guess. I
But
really
he
Is
don't
that
doesn't
the
accept
plus
it.
sign?
I really don't know much about that community.
Yeah.
But I watched this show, and supposedly an asexual person does not, like you said, does not like to be with anyone.
Let me ask you this, bro. Why are y'all, I guess, like more confident and so bold, bro? Because let's take it back to my experience at Oakland, bro. Motherfuckers were bold as fuck. Like, they didn't give a fuck. Like, in public, they'll do whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why is it?
See, and I feel like those men are men that come out in a very young age or that look a certain way. No, I feel like they come out at a very young age. Let me rephrase that. I feel like they do come out at a very young age and are accepted. But
Like, don't get me wrong, bro. Y'all got hella confidence, but
I love it because the more confident you are, the better bitch you feel like, I guess.
I mean, here's the thing, bro. You're confident to go up to anybody in the club. You know what I'm saying?
I am confident.
That's what I'm saying. So y'all have like a different, I would say, different type of confidence.
I guess
you know
we
what I'm
have
saying?
to be a little bit more friendlier because just of the way things have, because of the stigma, basically. Because I am very nice to straight man. Like, bitch, super nice. The amount of times
Why do y'all
I've
say
bought-
bitch so much? You know what? Because
bitch?
you've been calling us bitches this whole time,
Sorry,
bro.
I call bitch
And I'm like,
everyone. That's
damn,
literally
bro.
because that's like my
No,
friend.
that's cool. I don't.
It's like
No, no,
perra.
No, no, I mean, like, coming from you, like, that's cool. But, like, let's say my boy off the camera would call me a bitch. Like,
Bitch, my bitch too.
I'm like, if a straight dude were to call me a bitch, like, that's like, you know what I'm saying?
That's like,
I
that's
get it.
disrespectful.
Well,
It's crazy because it's the way he said
Going
it.
back
It's
to
like
that,
weird.
hold on. With that word, I use that word with everyone. Like the girls, I'm like, hey, bitch. I'm like, hey.
No, of course, like, it's
Yeah,
cool.
like,
Yeah,
I use the.
I guess.
I say bitch all the time because it's just like a common word I use, I guess.
Yeah.
And I don't know. If I find you a friend, then I'm gonna use that.
Yeah, I guess you would be comfortable. Right?
I'm
You're comfortable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But with the girls, it's different. Like, not with, for example, I know you guys, you won't be able to go to a girl and be like, hey, bitch. With me, I'm like, hey, bitch, type shit. It's like a different type of voice. Yeah.
That's different.
You know.
Question.
What?
Hold on.
What you
I
say?
was just about to say
Question.
something. Go ahead. We can keep going, but go ahead.
My question is, because we've used this word when we were kids. Okay, this word wasn't that big when we were
Ay,
kids.
perra, ya
We
vas a
were-
empezar.
we
No me
were-
salgas con tus
hey,
mamadas.
Hey, me vale
We don't
verga, güey.
condone,
Me
we
vale
don't
verga.
condone.
So when we were kids, bro, this word wasn't that big.
It's always been big, bitch.
No, bro.
You were just a child.
Okay, yeah, well, in my
It's
kid
always been big,
years,
but you probably heard it more than us.
but like I'm saying, I heard it more growing up because in back then, bro, with my older brothers, it was not even like a word to like.
Well, it's
That was
known,
always
it's
in.
very known in the Latino community, sadly.
Yeah, the F
I
word.
know where you're going with this.
The F word.
Sadly,
We've been
yeah.
speaking about this for some time now. So the F word, the fag word. The word.
I can say that word, but you can't.
Like, why do I get so offended? Like, why? It's what you are.
Because it's a slur.
It is
We're like,
a slur. It's
bro,
like me calling
it's
you
literally a
fucking
slur,
beaner.
bro.
Me vale verga. It's your opinion.
Yeah,
Come on,
but
he's
it's still a
still
slur.
a
It's still a
slur.
slur.
But like, bro.
Or it's like me saying,
am I wrong though? Am I wrong?
It's a slur, bro.
Since when did they make it that big though?
since before you were born.
Yeah, like it's always been a problem.
But it's because the way they use nowadays, bro. They just say a word. They say rude because if you
Like,
say
I use it with the gay people. I'm like, look at that faggot. Or, oh, I hate the fag.
okay, at that point,
But-
the way he says it is kind of judgy.
No. Like, I could say, because girl, I'm gay. And I'm
yeah,
like,
bro,
I play around like that. That's like a read to me. But if you were to say it to someone that's gay and doesn't know you, that bitch is probably going to knock you out. Let's say if you ever have children and your children comes out gay and they call him fag, I know you're going to take it some way.
No way.
Ooh, that's a hard thing. We got this shit on camera.
Let me go ahead and hit it up. Why? The old me would be like, yes, bro, I'm gonna go ahead and make it into 100%. You know, the worst position ever. Just I'm gonna beat the fuck out of them. No, because at the end of the day, now you gotta realize if I have a kid at that point, bro, I gotta be an actual like subject to that.
But why
kid.
can't you be that now?
Because now I'm changing that now at this point.
That's the T.
I'm changing that. That's why I'm not using that word. That's why I won't use that word anymore. But
Okay,
of course,
so grow.
I'm saying, but now I'm growing again to the point where
Period.
I'm like, I wouldn't want my kid to get like that over a word. Like if he starts touching you, if he starts doing something, of course do something. But in the meantime, bro, it's freedom of speech. You know how the world is right now, bro. Bullshit's gonna happen at the end of the day. People are gonna end up trying to taunt you with that word, like you're stating the F word, and people are gonna taunt you
probably
with
going to
saying
get me
that.
up.
And at the end of the day, that's where they're trying to go to. They're trying to go to because they try to get paid at the end of the day, or they're trying to get something out of it. Push it.
No,
from
and
them.
most of the time, people that use that word, they're probably DL.
Oh,
Bro, low key, I was gonna say that shit
that
too,
is
bro.
something I heard.
I'ma tell you
about,
this,
too.
bro.
They hate because
Wait,
they've
what?
already came out. They can't
Listen,
come out.
look, you're gonna agree with me because we talked about this.
Wait, what did he say?
I'm gonna stand on this, bro.
Reason why they come.
People who are,
Homophobic as fuck.
yes, people who are extra homophobic as fuck are gay, bro.
And I know a few,
Deadass.
and I could name
Deadass.
them, bitch. Should I name them?
No,
I wouldn't know.
no, but
Yo, that's a hot take.
no, that's
You
true.
don't know.
Yeah,
Say
I'm
that shit
sorry.
again.
Yeah, like people who are extra homophobic, bro, they're gay. Like they're
Yeah, of
gay.
course.
They're also gay. Like that's just how
I
it
had
is.
a friend
They're
in
just
high
not
school, girl.
able to like. They're so trapped in their own masculinity that they don't even feel
They can
comfortable
humiliate
tapping
them.
into any feminine side.
Exactly.
Like, and that's where the machismo comes in, bro. Appreciate you coming on board and taking the time to be with us. I think you gave us a lot of insight that a lot of people don't usually talk about, and don't feel comfortable. Don't feel scared. If this is your first time tuning in, make sure you stay tuned for the next episode. More bangers coming. Like, subscribe, comment more topics that you want to hear about, and we'll catch you in the next one.